touch. You know what I am doing? I am just telling you that even if it depends on who you want to use your PVC for, what not. But what I'm telling you is that as it stands, the people that doesn't want you to might be planning something bigger that you probably won't have to, you may never have to use the PVC anymore. The way it is going, it seems that things are not going according to their plan. And here they are accusing themselves of a sabotage. So if you have invested energy, resources, emotion, and all of that into the election, I am just helping you to understand what you are up against before they quickly use an emotion. I've been seeing people saying Buhari should be the president of the month. In fact, Buhari is fighting the people that want to buy election. That is what I'm talking about. The way the system try to make you feel like it's fighting for you or is working towards free and fair elections where your PVC can be used and the rest. I wish I have a say in that or any control over that, but I can help you understand that they may not want you to use the PVC. Not me. I do have such power. So I am going to take you to Ekiti, like I showed just there, where Kolu was. So listen to this. So I'm sorry, it's also, I think it's also in Yoruba, but I'll do my best to interpret this before I finally take you to Aba, then to Ebonyi. Then I'll call it tonight. Thank you very much, Team Ajek. Let's go back to Ekiti.
Èkìtì àká ẹ mọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, má sọ fún yàn sà. Èkìtì ń ta pàṣà. Ẹ wá fẹ́ sọ wá di ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa. Àwọn ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Jagaba! Ní ọlọ́dọ̀ ọ̀la. Jagaba! Ní ọlọ́dọ̀ ọ̀la. Jagaba! Ọdún ẹ̀ ní ìdíkà wẹ̀yìn. Àwọn aláyé ẹ̀. Eléyìí tí mò ń wò wájú yìí. Ó tó gùn jà, ó torí bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá ní àgùn, ojú òní sí ẹ̀. Ẹbí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká kọ́ bèrè náà. Sálẹ̀ máa dìbò fún ní ẹjọ́ yẹn. Ẹnáwó sẹ́gbẹ̀, ẹnáwó ló kọ́.
That's Kolu. Anyway, that's in Ekiti, where Kolu was asking them that who are they going to vote for, and they said Tifnumbu is what we're going to vote. It's who we're going to vote for. And K1, the musician, was there singing that Kolu should look at his back to find out if he has soldiers or he doesn't have any soldier. And Kolu responded, I don't need to look at my back. You see those ones I'm seeing in front of me, they can cut off anybody's head. So they are ready to fight. Enough for me. Well, that's from Ekiti. If you say, well, some people say they want to go to Aba. Aba is where Obi and the obedient were today. And I'm going to take you there. Usually it's also good just to balance the whole thing. I've also got Omoyele Showore on the line. Also, to add to this conversation tonight, if you are not too tired, don't go yet. We are going to go to Aba in Abia State. But before I go to Aba, listen to this man, talking about Kolu. You might find this kind of more, informative or be interesting. Either way, it could even be funny.
And on the fact of what you have raised with respect to the candidate of the APC, you need to take a close check on the many candidates, presidential candidates that are involved in this election. It is only the presidential candidate of the APC that is very busy using abusive languages. When you hear any other person progressing in error, they may be spokespersons, not presidential candidates. That tells you that many other presidential candidates in this election have tried as much as possible to be very presidential in their comments and in their behavior. But the only one that is behaving as if he does not understand what the office of the president entails is the presidential candidate of the APC. And I know you understand why that is so.
So I would want you to let us know, especially our viewers, what exactly you think is making Tinubu to actually sound like an opposition candidate himself, like some Nigerians are saying.
Tinubu is already losing ground, and he's very much aware that he's losing ground. He's losing ground because he has become his greatest demarketer. He's losing ground because he's scoring so many own goals. Even when you are in a match with those who may not have the capacity in terms of the players that you parade in your club, and you end up scoring many own goals, obviously you are going to lose that match. So the challenge of Tinubu today is not even only the abysmal performance of his party, or his very, 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 very controversial past, whether in terms of his deals with drug cartels that led to issue of forfeiture of a reasonable amount of money in the United States of America. His greatest undoing today is his state of health, mentally. So when you see him attack not even only the opposition political parties, but attacking the very foundation of his political party. Today, the recent policies of the APC, the very recent policy of the APC that is very strong, is the Naira redesign, and then of course the issue of what is happening with respect to petroleum. Why at the same time inadvertently making it clear that he meant it when he went to Ogun some months ago and talked about the very famous, or you may want to say infamous, Emilokan, which means
he's scoring own goals, but the Lagos Sabobakus, the Facebook adsmen, social media bandits, the crumb eaters, the ass lickers, the crumb chasers, the all risers, the Hallelujah boys of Tifnumbu, the Jaga bandit, the bandit of the Jagabadiot, No, he's not losing anything unless Abotio want making lose. Now them they work against him. It's not losing. I don't care. However, if you are still watching us on the YouTube, where we are now over 2,200, which is great tonight, could you just now like the broadcast? You've been here all night, over 120 minutes. That's over 2 hours. We are almost coming to the end of this, but I am not going to leave without taking you to the Aba and Ebonyi. We're going to spend more time in Aba. So let's go to the Aba, where Obi and obedience were cited today. What happened? called it, a shut down. And right there, when he got to the venue, where he was first to meet with the students in Aba. So I'm going to share the part of that with you here. A quick one, and then we're going to go to Ebonyi. Okay, just wrapping it up. However, let's see what happened when he met with the students.
May his soul and souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen.
It's a long speech. We've not got much time left, but I am going to still have to take it to Ebonyi. So he met with the students, he met with the women, then his wife met with the women, and they went to the campaign ground and, had all their chat, consumption to production, and the whole vibe was fantastic. If you have to put that as a record, the reasons why they now said that Obi will get 25% of your vote in 16 states. That's from El Rufai. Let me take you to Ebonyi. A quick one. He landed in Ebonyi. I think in this chopper is usual chopper.
That's so.
I don't know if that was a boy, but if it's not, there is another. Well, that's when he left. Don't worry. I'll take you to that stadium where he also addressed his supporters. Here is a short one I got from there. Sorry, not got much. That's a boy. A boy where Devulumayi, somebody that his name was also nominated to be among the selected presidential hopeful for Buhari to select from. So, well, I think at this point, I want to listen to Showore, who attended a recently organized sort of presidential gathering for, or should I say public debate for the presidential candidates and all that. And he didn't show up, but Showore was there. And it was asked some economic questions. And the vintage Showore had this to say from my report. I'm still going to take you back to Abba, where Obi addressed is the students. And what did he tell them? As usual, let it be on record. So, show.
It's the turn of Mr. Showore, African Action Congress presidential candidate. Let's hear your take on the economy for Nigeria. 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. At this point, don't worry, I can use two. At this point, I want to make a sober reflection growing up and watching NTA. And I used to watch you on NTA as a newscaster. A few days ago, I passed the NTA. The NTA is a shadow of itself. I know when you are talking about candidates that are using big words, you are directing your attention to me. But if you are born in this country and they watched you in the 80s or 90s, and you are not angry that the NTA that you used to entertain us with has become a shadow of itself, then there's something wrong with me. The problem with the Nigerian economy is simple. The Nigerian economy needs to change its philosophy. The economy of Nigeria, since military took over, had a different makeup dictated by the World Bank and the IMF. It is called Structural Adjustment Program. They have imposed it on us to the extent that Nigeria practices capitalism for the poor. Go and work hard. Socialism for the rich. Sit back, get waivers. Sit back, we'll sell companies that will spend billions to make to you for peanuts, and we'll still give you grants. Nobody here is talking about the monetary policy of the country. Nobody here wants to hear that for the first time in the history of this country, the central bank governor of Nigeria was declared a terrorist. If it happens in America, the stock market will collapse. I'm telling you. But all of you are pretending that your central bank governor and those who are managing your monetary policies are doing your bidding. They are not. They are just glorified through the change organizations. And until the Nigerian economy serves the Nigerian people in such a way that the Norwegian economy serves the Norwegian people, what they call Nordic socialism, you are not going to get anywhere. In Denmark, students are paid to go to school. In Nigeria, you close down your schools for 9 months and you are expecting progress. The doctors that the structural adjustment programs asked you not to train in the 90s when I was at the University of Lagos, when we did at the Sapphire, and some of you participated in it, that they said, don't invest in education. They are taking 8,000 of the doctors to go and protect the health and the economy of America, Canada, and the United States. And nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about the millionaires and billionaires who are making billions that made us have the highest number of private jets in the country, whereas the structural adjustment program told you to sell the Nigerian Airways that had 27 aircraft. If we had kept the Nigerian Airways like the Saudis kept their own, by now we'll probably have more aircraft than Ethiopia. But if you want to travel to America today, you have to go to Ethiopia first before they start heading you to America, because you ruined your country with people who have no knowledge. But one last thing I will say is that a knowledge-based economy is what we need. And I want to say it publicly. I'm not apologetic about it. You can take me to prison anytime. I'll be happy to go back. That the leaders of Nigeria are economic terrorists. That's the truth. They are terrorizing our economy. They are terrorizing our treasury. They are terrorizing workers by paying them slave wages. They are terrorizing young people by ensuring they don't have jobs. They are terrorizing those who they claim are disabled, but they are the ones who win Olympic gold. when we go to the Olympics. The so-called able people have never brought us gold. But the disabled, as they call them, are the ones that terrorizing every weak person in the country. And like I keep saying, one day very soon, the table will turn. The tables will turn. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mr. Showore.
And
as show the vintage Showore. He said more. That's not the only thing he said there at that gathering. Economy, security, employment, and all that stuff. I kind of love listening to him. Do you? When you see obedience, who doesn't want to really attack Showore? They will say Showore is good for EFC chairman under Peter Obi. You get what I mean? I love listening to him. Here is another one.
It's the turn of Mr. Showore, African.
you close down your schools for 9 months and you're expecting progress. The doctors that the structural adjustment programs asked you not to train in the 90s when I was at the University of Lagos, when we did at the Sapphire, some of you participated in it.
I'll save the time. It seems that, that curtain is like, it's going to speak almost what he said earlier. Then it's going to have to continue with the rest, so to say. But yeah, that seemed speaking just directly to your art, something that doesn't seem to be sticking in the mind of some of you, apart from the revolutionaries, as you would say. But it's always like that, straight to it, honest, sincere. But it's always the easy target for those who are actually like the victims of their own oppressors. And Showore was the one who told us, he said, listen, right, if you are fighting for the people, you can't use two hands. You can use both hands to fight the oppressors. You only need one. And that one is to fight the oppressors. The second one is to protect yourselves from the people that are being oppressed, the people that are the victims of the oppression, victims of a ruined system. You will need to have, on the other hand, protecting yourself from them because they will be fighting you. Is that not what they do to Showore right now? All the time. Blame him for everything. But do not blame Tifnumbu and gang. I mean, I'm just saying, or do not torture Tifku and Co, who actually sponsored and spent. And when you say, what is Showore's offense again? He exposed the weakness and the corruption of Goodluck Egbere Jolantan. And APC, Egbekegbe leveraged on that. And they kicked Jonathan out. After that, Nigeria is in hell. He said something about economic terrorists. I call them jihadists. I told you. The way these criminals have attacked your economy is from all fronts. There is no holy ground or sacred ground at all. They trampled everywhere, destroyed you economically. They destroyed the Naira, the lifeline, destroyed the source for that Forex that backs up your Naira, destroyed your agriculture with terrorism, and look at it today. It's all in shambles. What do you call them? Economic jihadists. He called them economic terrorists. I don't know what to be called them. However, he did speak to the students, the young people in Abia today. Abba today. I want to play the conversation, if you don't mind. Let's listen.
Can even be arrested and taxed anything. So the pain is too much. That is what we want to reverse. We want to secure Nigeria. Securing Nigeria is difficult, but I assure you, it is doable. I can assure you, the enemy is no more formidable, but there's lack of leadership. And that is what we want to bring. We want to structure the entire security architecture and get Nigeria secure. We want to unite Nigeria and create a Nigeria where no Nigeria will serve from the east, west, or south, or not. But I'm a Nigerian and be proud of his green passport. And it must happen. We want to create a Nigeria where today we have 35% unemployment, the highest of any nation like ours, and we have almost 60% youth unemployment. Our youth don't know where the next meal will come from. We want to create a Nigerian where we are going to remove Nigeria from consumption to production. By doing that, we will be able to create jobs. We will be able to employ people. I'm just coming from Aba. We are told them, and I say it everywhere going on there. Total Nigerian export in 2021 is 18.9 trillion naira. At 650 naira per dollar is under 30 billion. A country like Bangladesh exported 36 billion in clothing. So they did more clothing than the entire Nigerian export. Good oil. We had oil export 15 to 18 billion dollars. Vietnam exported footwear, which is shoes, of almost $18 billion. And we have 60,000 shoemakers in Aba. They can do that. And they have access to the sea. They have access to the sea. If all you need is 30 minutes from Aba, you are in Port Harcourt. And I've said 2 years, Aba and Port Harcourt will be one time. I'm not saying I'm going to change their name, but you wouldn't know the difference between the two of them. Because if you take only 30 minutes to go from Aba to the sea, where we export those shoes and clothing. All you hear about the SMEs and everything in TV, we want it to stop. All progress will be reality now. We will use that. So it's what we are going to do in every part of Nigeria. Every part of Nigeria will become productive. Every part of Nigeria. The biggest physical assets of Nigeria today is the uncultivated land in the north. We are a country of 200 million people living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. Yet we can't feed ourselves. We're not doing enough agricultural export. A country like Netherlands is only 33,000 square kilometers. So if we are to dash them land, we'll give them 33. From our 923, we have 890,000 left. Their population is 17.4 million. So if we are to give them people, we're almost 220 million, we have 200 million people left. The agricultural export in 2021 is 103 euros, $120 billion. So they did 4 times. They used to do 4 times what we did in export. That has to change. My dear people, election coming up this month will not be about religion. No religion buys bread cheaper. No religion buys food cheaper. There's no religion where there's no unemployment. There's no religion where there's kidnapping. Today they kidnap Bishop. They kidnap anybody. They kidnap him. And they kill him. This year's election that is coming up soon will not be on ethnicity. No ethnic group is safe. And it will not be based on my tongue. It is turn of Nigerians to take back their country. It is your tongue. If anybody will claim tongue, Peter Obi will claim tongue. But I can assure you, I'm an Igbo man. I'm a proud Southeaster. for the Southeast. I'm contesting this election as a Nigerian who is most qualified to be the president of the That is what I'm contesting. So we want you to vote this.
That's Obi selling himself. You can question him, you can judge him, you can say things, but when you listen to Kolu, you just have to laugh or feel sorry or pity him. Somebody said they feel sorry for Obi because it's like he has reached the point of no return. There's no longer any, there's no going back anymore. We will have to see this through. He is the one leading the young people revolution in Nigeria. You can't take it away from him. You probably will wish it's the other way around, but it's not. This is what it is. Let me take you back to that Ebonyi, right? From that same Ebonyi, if you look at them from the top, that's where Devulumayi resides. And these are the guys who say they don't give anybody a shishi. They don't give you shishi. But this is Ebonyi. Abba self. Show matter really matter because I've been switching from Abba to Abakaliki. Abba to Abakaliki. Doesn't really matter, but I'm very sure of this one. This one is when he finished speaking right there in that same Abakaliki and he was leaving. That's Ebonyi. Anyway, talking about the APC versus APC, the thing is escalating. And if nothing is done in time, do you remember the 1963 wet year that led to the first military coup in Nigeria that then changed the course of Nigeria history? In fact, the course of Nigeria direction, the course of the Nigeria ship. Southwest Nigeria may be a place they want to start where they're going to ignite the fire that will eventually consume Nigeria in the next coming days and weeks. I am not, or I don't want to be a false alarmist. I'm just saying the issue of currency scarcity, the issue of fuel scarcity, the politicians who feels like Buhari is going to sabotage them from winning, they are about to heat up the polity now. They are about to sponsor real protest and then escalate it. Politicians may lose it, and you may find soldiers on the streets soon. Aha. And that could be the coup. Mayegun, don't talk like that, Jari. Obi is going to be our next president. But that doesn't mean that you should ignore this. They are already cooking. Yes, they are already cooking. Do you want to see what Ibadan looks like this afternoon? Okay, I'll show you another one. Look at this. It is already happening. already bringing now soldiers. First police, then soldiers. Look at this one.
Yeah,
So where it here is that political disturbance that started from southwest Nigeria back then. It's called the Western Region, where here political disagreement, but this time around it's going to be not regional. It's going to be what is going to ignite, what is likely going to consume. I'm not wishing for it to not be me set all this up. I'm just telling you that those who feel like they will lose power, they will do everything. If we can't have it, then nobody should have it. Do you understand that? There's already a rumor that the Tifnumbu APC, they've already told the OPC, yes, OPC and some of their thugs in Lagos and Yoruba land to start harming themselves, stockpiling weapons. I'm not making this up, and I hope that I am not going to come back here to say, you see, I told you. You probably felt like I was making it up, Abi. I'm not making it up. They have told the thugs to start stockpiling arms. If Ashiwaju lose election, right? If Ashiwaju should not come here and win, the Igbo people are going to be blamed for it. I'm not trying to scare you. The real Igbos who are living in Lagos are already aware of this. The Yorubas in Lagos, Yorubas in Yoruba land are already aware of this. But the difference is that the Igbos are not packing their bags and packing their clothes and say they are returning back to the east. Ozo Abiola or Ozo Tinumbu. No. They're actually telling them that, listen, you guys want to rule Nigeria and the rest of that, but you're never going to use us as a scapegoat anymore. And the Yorubas are also going to stand up and defend the Igbos. And every non-Yorubas in Yoruba land that Tifnumbu and gang may want to come after. But guess what? That is the dog whistle. Even the Northerners will not be spared in Yoruba land if Tifnumbu does not win. And no wonder that from what we have heard, Operation Stillwater is now going on in Lagos. You've heard about Crocodile Tears, Crocodile Jump, Operation Python Dance, Crocodile Break Dance, and the rest of them. These are murderous teams put together by Buhari several times, targeted at people he considered as enemies or potential enemies, especially the Igbos. When the Python dance is probably just swallowing and crushing a human being, his victim. Now, what they have in Lagos is called the Operation Stillwater. Have you heard about it? It's a joint operation between the military and the police. The first day they came out, they arrested over 133 touts and thugs in Lagos, Oshodi. Now, they have shared their numbers and said, if you see any thugs gathering anywhere, doing anything, call us, the soldiers. The soldiers are already being invited into your election. Maybe you have no idea yet. I'm not trying to be the doom's, what do you call it, professor, what do you call it? The prophet of doom. No. I'm asking you to stop creating alternative reality. Or everything you are witnessing right now is the ego clash between corrupt criminals who have the power and the ones who want the power, and they are both in APC. When you point your fingers at Igbos as a Yoruba man or as an Igbo man, you point your fingers at a Yoruba man, you are just helping them, okay, to perfect the narrative that is going to become the program that these guys are setting up. Nigeria is going to explode. And it's not because you are a sinner. It's because of the greed and selfishness of these criminals. And tones, languages like this are all to set the stage. Joe Igbokwe. You remember him? He is the special advisor to the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Iku Ade-Pointer or Governor Ade-Gator. Now, this guy that you're about to listen to again is the special advisor to Ade-Pointer of Lagos on drainages, gutters, and every public cleaning job in Lagos State. That is the person in charge advising Babajide Sanwo-Iku. Now, he is setting the tone In that same Lagos state that you won't believe it, right? There's already an impression to make sure that any Igbo man that registered in Lagos, they must do everything to stop them from getting that PVC you are talking about. And if they do get the PVC, they will never be allowed to vote. But the likes of this Joe Igbokwe, for the first time, after 7 years of pretentious lies in defending Boko Haram gang, is pretending to be feeling the brunt, making a video of the country, the situation that they are now denying as the policy of their government, the Nigeria they destroyed. They are setting the stage. You are going to be the pawn if you listen to these guys. Yeah, they let them destroy themselves, you will say, right? See Joe Igbokwe.
UBA, Ogunlana Drive. They say they have not received any money and they are not giving out. I thought they were lying until I came here to notice that nothing is going on, no transaction. What is going on? This is complete sabotage. Few days to the presidential elections and we're witnessing this. Who is doing this? Who is doing this? Was it not planned? If you know that you are going to collect almost how many? 1 trillion. You could have produced 1.something trillion naira. New notes. You have all the time. What are we talking about? Few days to the presidential election. I see it as complete sabotage. And those in charge must, as a matter of urgency, do the needful. I understand Jay's Bank is receiving money, is giving out money. Few branches they have across Nigeria. Where did Jay's Bank get all this money? Why are big banks like Zenith, UBA, and
so if you're wondering why they are all worried, it's not because of you. Hell Rufai said they did their own poll and they found that you, the obedient, and Peter Obi, you have a chance in 16 states. And you have 25% in those 16 states. That's unbelievable. This is no longer about Tifku and Tifnumbu. So every day, they believe that if Buhari is justifying why none of you should even like put up anything that has to do with APC. How can they turn this around? How can they lie around this? Now, let me show you what the data is saying. The reason why they are all reacting this way. It's not because they love you. They don't have anything to do with you. They don't care about you. They don't give a damn about you. Whether you see fuel, you know see fuel. Whether you see Naira, you know see Naira. They will sponsor riots. They will sponsor attacks. They will sponsor a lot of things that are going to make Nigeria almost ungovernable in the next few days. You better brace up. Look at this. In their own, what do you call it? In their own permutation. This is what El Rufai and Co. will tell you to ignore. I am only showing you this so that you can know the source of their frustration and they don't think this is actually right for Buhari to shut them out. You know, Obi cannot win. That's the popular saying. A lot of you are watching me right now. You are not participating in their election, of course, like me. But you are telling yourself that he won't win. But let me tell you something. Win or not win, okay? The people that usually they told you that they control things, they are worried, and this is why they are worried. The numbers are not hardening up for Kolu. Seriously, it's not hardening up. Do you even understand? Right? They were polling people who have collected their PVC. These are not like guests. These are people who say, "Oh, and the way they do their polling, right? If you ever follow posters, remember that those who said Goodluck Egbere Jonathan was going to lose to Buhari in 2015, the same people who said that Jonathan was going to beat Buhari in 2011, they've come out to say that Ibla said this beating is a problem. And as it is right now, this is their number. I didn't write this, so read the screen. Okay. So, even if they told you that 16 states or not 16 states, Abi, right? Now, the numbers showed that if they do your election tomorrow, for example, right now, with those who have their PVC, as they say, only 18.5% are going to actually follow Atiku in PDP. Tifnumu will come second Do you understand? That's the ruling party, and they believe that the reason why this is happening is because Buhari is making you hate them. That's why they are reacting to all these videos you are seeing, rufai and the rest. Oh, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere you see them reacting. They will tell you obedient and obe is just on social media is nothing, but it's not true. I am showing you this because very soon a lot of us are going to realize that this is not just about their election. This is actually like a widespread idea, something, a message that look at. Yeah, well, this is the electoral map, by the way. Okay, like I told you, they have 6 political regions in Nigeria. They have the north, southeast, northeast, south, north central, southwest, and northwest. Right? The traditional, conventional thieving group of PDP and APC, the obedient are giving them a run for their money in their different bases. And they believe that if nothing is done between now and that's your election, forget it. You might actually have to live through one of the shockest period of life. And we're all going to have to live through it. I don't want to die before then. I want to see it. I want to see what happened. But you see something. These guys are saying what you are not saying. They will lie to you. They will say a lot of things to you. They will tell you to hate people. They will tell you to build on hate and build on division and the rest of that. But guess what? None of those is because of you. Their post says that this guy is going to trounce them, destroy their numbers. Kwakwanso is there, ruining their numbers up north. Obi is there, ruining their numbers down south. And it seems that if anything should be done, this is a calamity. That's why they are scared. Kalu will get 27% of the whole thing. And even at this is what El Rufai meant when he said, we have a lot of work to do. Do you understand? Because the real threat is not the Nollywood actor, Obi. It's not Atifku, the Dubai-based Abraham Lincoln. Somebody said that the Adamawa Abraham Lincoln, Adamawa Raila Odinga. The numbers are not adding up. They are now accusing Obi of using religion, going to the core north. El Rufai said, in his own statement, he said, Peter Obi is driving on religion. This is somebody who is part of those who are driving Muslim tickets in Nigeria, which actually drove a lot of. And he said Obi is meeting with Christians in northern Nigeria, who are actually like, how many are they? That's the people who have religion tolerance, Abi. I am just trying to show you what I've seen. Okay, you and I know that I have no influence in what is going to happen, but I actually have influence in how you understand how things happen. If there's no gain in all of this, just maybe the sanity that comes with your own mental health. When you do understand the game better, smart enough never to invest any emotion at all in the Nigeria project. I just thought I should share that with you tonight. I'm going to see you some other time. I hope that before you leave, remember this. Once upon a time, are you with me? When it comes to the price of petrol in Nigeria, when it comes to queuing for petrol in Nigeria, this where, according to this, you know this guy, his name is Tolu Okulesi, the criminal that put on the first cap for the Nigeria Air that never flies. Well, he became a personal assistant on Twitter matter to Buhari. Now, petroleum queue are no longer an issue. 2012, ladies and gentlemen, here is another clown who somehow has gone off the radar. Ogundasi. Also about the price of petrol in Nigeria, the queue, and the threats that they were able to direct at the person that they believe should do something. Also, you remember this guy. His name is Bashiru, now recharge card seller, Amerua for Kano. until he managed to become an Hausa influencer on social media. His reward after all of this is to, was to become the special advisor to Buhari on Twitter matter, Facebook matter, Instagram matter, and your bedroom matter if they believe that you are doing something that is against the Buhari right there in your bedroom. He became a mentor to other idiots on social media. But guess what? This guy actually threatened Jonathan with civil war. I didn't have the screenshot of that. All of them today have become philosophers. Now telling you to love Nigeria and not blame Buhari. If your mumu never do, I don't think there is going to be any cure for your mumu. But at least you will know you are a mumu. Don't pretend that you didn't know anymore. With all you know, go to bed tonight. Think about what I have said. And whatever you do with anything I've shared with you is yours. To me, tomorrow is another day. As Nigeria is, if people really want to invest in something that could really be very profitable on Netflix, put Nigeria on Netflix. You will never run out of decisions. Trust me. I will see you some other time. But don't leave without liking this broadcast, without sharing it. Hello. Without subscribing. Except if you are not comfortable with all I have shared. Either way, I'll see you again tomorrow. And good night. From here, Odaro.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary political. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.